Welcome to Vault 4044. Get comfy as I tell the story of 9 hikers who went into the mountains and never came back. It's February 1959. The wind cuts across the Ural Mountains of Russia, cold, empty, and endless. The ground is covered in snow. The temperature sinks to -20. Somewhere out there, 9 students are fighting the cold. Their tent glows faintly in the dark, a single patch of warmth in a frozen wasteland. They don't know it yet, but they're already walking toward their deaths. 12 days earlier, 9 students from the Ural Polytechnic Institute pack their gear for a long skiing expedition. They're young, strong, and full of confidence. Their leader is Igor Dyatlov, 23 years old, smart, calm, methodical. The others follow his lead without question. There's Zina Kolmogorova, always smiling, always writing in her journal. Rustam, athletic and competitive. Ludmila, outspoken and fearless. There's Yuri Doroshenko, who once fought off a bear with a hammer. And others, all friends, all experienced hikers. Together, they plan to conquer one of the toughest winter trails in the Ural Mountains. Their destination, a remote peak called Kholat Syakhl. In the local Monsey language, it means the mountain of the dead. The name doesn't scare them. They laugh about it. To them, it's just another challenge. On January 25th, they board a train heading north. The car is packed and noisy, but they don't mind. They play the mandolin, sing songs, take photos. In the pictures, they're smiling, big, genuine smiles. No one looks scared. No one has any idea what's coming. After the train, they take a truck deeper into the wilderness. From there, they hike on foot. The days grow colder, the wind stronger. Snow piles up waist-high. They record everything in diaries. Little notes about the cold, the food, and the jokes they share at night. Every entry feels ordinary. Until the last one. One member, Yuri Yudin, gets sick along the way. He tries to push through the pain, but his back gives out. Igor convinces him to turn back. He doesn't want to, he's frustrated, even angry. He promises to meet them when they return. It's the last time he'll ever see them alive. The rest continue on. They ski through snowstorms. Their clothes are wet and frozen. But they keep going. They trust Igor. They trust each other. On February 1st, they reach the slopes of Kholat Syakhl. The wind is howling. Visibility is low. They could have gone downhill for shelter, but Igor decides to camp on the open slope. Maybe he didn't want to lose altitude. Maybe he thought it was safer there. Either way, they set up the tent, eat dinner, and crawl inside to sleep. Someone writes in the diary that night. We now know snowmen exist. It sounds like a joke. But it's the last thing they'll ever write. When the group fails to return on schedule, families grow worried. Days pass. No word. Search teams are finally sent out. They trek through blizzards and snowdrifts until they find the camp. What they see makes no sense. The tent is half buried in snow. It's still standing, barely, but it's been cut open from the inside. Boots, coats, and gear are still neatly arranged inside. There's food laid out, untouched. It looks like everyone ran out in the middle of the night, barefoot, in sub-zero temperatures. Footprints lead downhill. 9 sets at first, then fewer, fading into the snow. Some prints show bare feet. Some show only socks. It looks like they walked, not ran. Slowly. Calmly. As if they were following something, or trying not to be seen. Half a mile from the tent, rescuers find 2 bodies under a cedar tree. They're wearing only underwear. A small fire burned beside them, charred branches, melted snow. The tree above them has broken limbs, as if someone tried to climb it. Their hands are torn and bloody. It looks like they fought to stay alive. A few hundred feet away, 3 more. 3 more bodies are found between the tree and the tent. faces down, hands reaching toward camp. It looks like they were trying to crawl back. They froze to death. At first, investigators think they've solved it. Hypothermia. The group got lost or panicked and froze. But then they find the others. 2 months later, as the snow begins to melt, rescuers find the remaining 4 in a ravine. They're buried under 13 feet of snow. Their injuries are horrific. 1 has a crushed skull. 2 have broken ribs and massive internal bleeding, injuries like a car crash. Another woman is missing her tongue and eyes. And yet, there are no signs of struggle. No footprints from outsiders. No animal tracks. No blood near the tent. When investigators test their clothing, they find traces of radiation. Some rescuers report the bodies had orange-tinted skin and gray hair. The official report simply reads, "They died from a compelling natural force." And that's it. Case closed. But the theories start immediately. An avalanche? The slope was too shallow. A military test? The area was known for secret operations. Infrasound? A deep vibration from the wind that causes panic and hallucination. Locals reported bright orange lights in the sky that night, like fireballs floating over the mountains. Some claimed they were rockets. Others thought UFOs. And a few believed it was something else entirely. Something that still lives up there in the snow. Survivor Yuri Yudin spends the rest of his life haunted by questions. He keeps the photos, the diaries, the maps. He visits their graves every year. When asked what he thinks happened, he just says, "Something I can't understand. Something I can't explain." In 2019, the Russian government reopens the case. Their final conclusion, an avalanche. But the new data still doesn't match the facts. The slope wasn't steep enough. The tent wasn't buried. The footprints showed calm walking, not panic. And the internal injuries? Still a mystery. Even today, the Dyatlov Pass remains one of the most baffling cold cases in modern history. 9 hikers. No survivors. No clear answers. Their camp is still there, frozen, untouched, buried under layers of snow. Sometimes, searchers say the wind up there sounds like voices. Whistling. Crying. As if the mountain itself remembers. More than 60 years later, no one knows what they were running from. Maybe it was nature. Maybe it was man. Or maybe it was something neither. 9 young lives vanished on the mountain of the dead. And the truth vanished with them. And if you thought this story was strange, wait until you hear about the ship they found drifting in the middle of the ocean, completely empty. No crew. No bodies. Just silence. Watch that next.